This relic from the past is absolutely breathtaking, and it looks like it might be one of the best E-flite releases of 2026. Hey there, I'm John, this is Two Brothers RC, and this is the E-flite RC-45J. Yes, there was a previous version of this bird, and I can confidently say that this version is better, with an updated trim scheme, higher quality servos, and all of the smart tech that makes flying an E-flite plane easy out of the box. So let's dive into it and see how it stacks up to the no patent pending Two Brothers review system. Before we get into the maneuverability section, let's start by giving you my actual opinion of the E-flite RC-45J. This is an absolutely stunning remake of the original D18 release from a few years ago. The gloss paint scheme really pops in the sky, and it handles just as smoothly and as capable as the original did too. I do prefer it without differential thrust, and takeoffs can be a bit of a handful at times, but once you get the technique down, this bird really is something special. Let's kick it off by talking maneuverability. First up, warbirds traditionally don't have flight computers, but the RC-45J does come with a gyro, like every modern E-flite release. However, you can easily disable it if you want to, and it flies without the gyro due to the battery bay design. Positive stability, also known as nose heaviness, is baked into the design of this aircraft. It doesn't fly nose heavy, but it does fly stable, and it's very difficult to make it behave poorly as a result. It will do all of the warbird maneuvering you want to do without a complaint. Pass. The RC-45J isn't prone to accelerated stalls. I did a lot of violent maneuvering with it and could never get it to aggressively bite in response to sharp banked turns or tumble attempts. Pass.
Very resistant to stalls.
At first glance, it does appear like it might fail the checkpoint for taking off without struggling, but the key to successful smooth takeoff is to slowly advance the throttle and get the tail flying. Once the tail is in the air, you'll need to keep it straight with the rudder stick as you continue advancing the throttle. Afterward, it rotates into the air easily. This will take some practice, or you can just game it a bit by holding back elevator pressure and trying a 3-point takeoff. Either way, it's not a struggle to take off with, it just requires finesse, like all tail draggers do. Likewise, landing is also pretty easy so long as you're flying it to the ground and you're not just chopping throttle and hoping for the best. You need to fly the plane all the way down to the ground, which you should be doing in general because most airplanes land best like this. Keep power on the approach until you're right above the ground, chop the power, wheel land, then keep it tracking straight with the rudder until the tail plops down. Pass. The RC-45J has plenty of thrust. It's powered by a pair of 930 kV outrunner motors which are fed by a Spectrum Avion dual 40 amp ESC, which itself is fed by a 4-cell battery. I used Spectrum 4000 LiPos, but your preferred brand of battery will absolutely work fine here. It can fly on 3 cells, but I didn't bother. 4 cells gives you unlimited vertical and the ability to fly basically however you want. Pass. As I mentioned earlier, it's not prone to accelerated stalls, nor does it have any bad habits in a stall.
Still full stick. I'm holding the stick, I'm pegging it.
Peg the elevator and it will mush itself towards the ground without dropping a wing. I only had it bite once, and that required dropping flaps and gear and flying it as slow as I could while yanking it as stupidly as possible. So basically this plane is incredibly easy to fly and very friendly to stall recovery, assuming you're capable of getting it into one at all. The RC-45 earns a 5 out of 5 here. Moving into flight time, the RC-45J is another one of those birds that my wife hates filming because it can fly forever. Even pushing it hard by flying full throttle for minutes at a time still results in over 7 minutes average flight time, with the general flight you can expect being at least 10 minutes and up to 20 if you're managing throttle and not just pegging it. The RC-45J earns a 5 out of 5 here. Before we move on, scroll down a little and hit that like button for me. If you're not already subscribed to TBRC, get on it. And if you're not part of our Discord chat server yet, hop down to the description below to join up with 3,500 plus people and chat airplanes with us. Moving on to the landing gear, let's check out how this bird fares. It has functional wheels, and the wheels aren't stiff, though they don't grip the pavement quite as well as the DuBro treaded wheels that we used in our original D18, which actually does help the first version take off a bit easier with less tail dragger drifting. If you decide that you want to remove the wheels and use different ones, you need to pry the plastic covers off the wheel struts using a sharp, flat-bladed screwdriver to be able to remove and replace them. DuBro low-bounce 2.75-inch treaded wheels will fit on perfectly, though you will need to install some axle collars to help shim them in place if you decide that you want to upgrade. This is not a requirement though. The plane takes off and lands fine as is and passes both of the initial checkpoints here. Where it fails is that it does not have a suspension system for the gear struts. This would be useful to dampen harder landings. The DuBro wheels have more flex to them than the stock wheels do, so if you land hard as a general rule, you may wish to upgrade the wheels. The link is in the description below, and if you need help, hop on Discord via discord.gg/2brosrc and ask. The gear required zero maintenance that I could see since they're basic retracts and had zero issues with being operated even during last-second gear drops. The RC-45J passes with a 4 out of 5 in this section. Moving onward to fit and finish, the original D18 looked great. The RC-45J looks like it's on another level entirely for a foam airplane. The gloss paint scheme looks absolutely breathtaking in person, and the way it reflects light in the sky makes you think that it's a balsa model. Pass. The foam was impeccable. It had zero dings or dents or any other imperfections that I could spot. Pass. It features form-fitting decals instead of paper stickers that stick up and don't showcase the detail in the foam. Pass. Where it fails is that it has foam hinges on the flaps, ailerons, and elevators, but it has gapless rudder hinges. Despite this, my original D18 with the same hinge style held up for years of flying, and you know how I fly, so it's not going to be an issue that I can foresee. The battery gets airflow from a scoop underneath the nose, which pulls air over the ESC and under the battery to keep both of them cool even in strong summer heat, like the kind we experienced flying the original D18. Pass. The RC-45J earns a 4 out of 5 in this section. Before we move on to avionics and lighting, the assembly process is simple. Attach the wing roots to the fuselage with 4 screws. Slide 2 carbon rods into the wing roots, then push the outer wings into the wing roots. This is the same system used on the E-flite P51 1.5 meter, and it will hold up to any kind of flying that you plan to do. Our final category is avionics and lighting. First up, we're checking the quality of the installed servos. The servos are all metal, which is fantastic. They're also precise and relatively fast. Unlike the original D18, these servos are not locked to 100 travel in the servo itself. If you decide that you want to unlock the receiver, these servos will travel to 150, so you can get even more out of this aircraft out of the box. Pass. The dual 40-amp Spectrum Avian ESC showed exactly 0 signs of overheating, staying well below the 220-degree thermal cutoff limit. Pass. The RC-45J contains a variety of LEDs, from a landing light in the left wing to wingtip navigation lights. Pass. The wing servos are glued in place, while the rudder and elevator servos are screwed in, thus making it a bit trickier to ever replace the wing screws if you need to. This one unfortunately doesn't pass. The motor mounts appear to be very well designed. You have to go out of your way to ever prop strike with this bird, and the motor mounting shows no signs of fatigue in either version of the plane, despite flying both of them very aggressively, which passes. And the RC-45J earns a 4 out of 5 here. While it is completely unnecessary, you can customize your AS3X Plus gains and fly with 150 travel, and you can try these settings out after unlocking your receiver. Note that these are throttle-based gains, so refer to my AS3X Plus tutorial and use the new updated throttle mix curve, which is in the NX radio tutorial, both of which are linked below in the description. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. After tallying up the overall score for each category, the RC-45J earns a total score of 22 out of 25. With high marks in every category, this one is certainly a plane to consider if you want a beautiful warbird that has graceful, elegant lines and looks absolutely gorgeous in the sky. If this is the new standard we're going to see from Horizon Hobby in the paint department, you should be excited. More foam airplanes that look like balsa is a plus in my book. If you like what you see, pick it up from the affiliate link in the description below, which directly helps support what we do here at no additional charge to you. Speaking of support, huge thanks goes out to our channel members on twobrosrc.com/supporters, and a very special thanks goes out to our mega fans: Sarasota RC Squadron, Michael Smith, JR Man, Todd, N411X, Jeff Baker, and High Alpha Guto, along with our ultra fan, TBRC fan. You guys kick so much ass. Coming up next will be the tier ranking between the F-22 Raptor 90mm and the J-20 Temu Raptor 70mm. Which one is better? Find out with me next Saturday.